Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier. Psych, it's me, Quincluded. That's right, I tricked you. So, in this video, I'm going to be talking about... for the past, couple months, 1 or 2 months, I don't know, whatever, I've been watching this series... Not watching, I've been, rewatching when I get bored. This series by Your Movie Sucks, or it's a multiple YouTubers, but the guy who started it was Your Movie Sucks. And it's called Childhood Trauma, and it's it's a series of videos where all the YouTubers that took place talk about all the movies and shows, and one video is about books, so all the stuff they watched that fucked them up as kids and gave them nightmares and just left them scared when they shouldn't have. I'm going to start the video by talking about, in reference to the first video I ever made on youtube.com/Quincluded, where it's called An Old Nightmare, and I talk about how I used to have nightmares about Michael Jackson. You know, the King of Pop, Michael Jackson, a normal thing to have nightmares about when you're 8 years old. I would lay down, I'd close my eyes, I'm under the covers, I'm trying to fall asleep, and then I would get filled with that existential dread of, oh no, Michael Jackson is coming for me. Because I was emotionally sound, I had good mental health, and I was a perfectly regular little boy. But I don't know if I mentioned this in the original videos of why I used to have nightmares about Michael Jackson. Because I know those videos were all about the nightmares, but there was more to it than that. Where I heard the name all the time. I was like, clearly he's famous, but I don't know who he was because I'm a dumb fucking kid. And then I saw a picture of him post-skin disease where he's all white and he looks like a lizard, like the monster man that he was. So I asked my mom, I'm like, hey mom, what's up, dude? You know, you talk to your mom. And I was like, who's Michael Jackson? And she was like, a pedophile. And I was like, what's a pedophile? And she was like, someone that rapes kids. And I was like, oh no. You know, classic exchange, mother, son. It was a healthy relationship. So then now I know that from my perspective, from my child brain, that this lizard man with the plastic skin he would rape me if we were together in a room alone. So that's not a great connection to have. But even then, I was now scared of him and was having nightmares about him. But I remember once I was with my friend Andrew, and I was over at his place for the weekend or something, and he was like, do you want to watch South Park? And I was like, sure. And he puts on South Park, which we were too young to be watching South Park, but whatever. And it was the episode with Michael Jackson, and in the episode, the main characters from South Park are like, this guy's abusing his son, and there's scenes where he's it's a parody, obviously, but he's super terrifying and creeping, and I hated the artwork they gave him because it was so true to form, and I was like, there he is, there's the fucking lizard. And then there's scenes of shit of him abusing his actual son, and he wanted to kidnap the 4 main boys and do stuff to them, and I was like, this is just reaffirming my fears. But then I don't know exactly how the episode ends, but I do know that his house gets set on fire and his skin starts to melt, but he's still chasing after the boys, and he's like, ah, and I was like, no. So that really fucked me up. Oh my god, holy shit. It's all coming back to me. I'm so scared right now in real life. But that was one thing. And I know I'd seen The Iron Giant as a kid, but I don't remember anything about it. I know I would have several nightmares that didn't even make sense. I know it's The Iron Giant, and the whole point is that the little boy is homeboys with the Iron Giant, I think. I don't remember. I haven't seen it since I was a little kid because it gave me nightmares. But I would have nightmares that I was in my original house from when I was a kid, my hometown, and I would look out to the world, and there was nothing but blackness, and I was like, oh no. And then in the distance, all you could see was like two giant yellow circles. But they weren't just two giant yellow circles. They were the Iron Giant's eyes, because I thought that was what he looked like. I don't know if that's what he looks like. But he had two, the giant like light bulbs that are his eyes, maybe. And I would see those, and then they would like shine onto the world, and whatever they looked at would disappear. And then it would slowly but surely like be destroying and engulfing my home. And I was very, very scared in the dream. In real life, I was like, oh, it was a dream, whatever, who cares? I wasn't like, man, what if that actually happened, LOL? And in the dream, I was always with some dumb fuck kid, and I don't remember anything about the dumb fuck kid. I didn't actually know him. He wasn't a real kid. It wasn't like, it was me and my cousin Levi, or me and my friend, It was me and some dumb fuck kid. And the Iron Giant was trying to engulf us in his scary dark eyes. Not dark eyes, they were light eyes. They were bright yellow. But imagine being scared of a friendly kids movie. I mean, I guess I could say that about anything on the list, because none of it is really scary. None of it is like, oh my god, I was a little kid and me and my friend Andrew watched Freddy vs. Jason, and then I had nightmares about Freddy. Like, because that would have been reasonable. Me and Andrew did watch Freddy vs. Jason, but it didn't scare me at all, because that movie is a joke. And it was just like, alright. But then I saw Michael Jackson singing Beat It, and I shit my pants. So the third and final thing I have to talk about, because that's all I could remember, is that there's this movie from the 90s called Dead Man on Campus. And the plot of the movie is that there's these two dudes that are roommates in college, and they hear a like urban legend that if you have a roommate that kills themselves, that commits suicide, you'll get like a free ride. It's like, oh, your roommate killed themselves, you get straight A's and you just win this year. You pass this year. And I think it was their final year, and that's why they wanted to do it. They just wanted to graduate instantly so they are like trying to get people to move in with them, and I don't know if they were either trying to murder them, or trying to push them to suicide. I guess it's the same thing. But at one point in the movie, one of the two main guys they like meet a dude that's like a fucking idiot stoner like party guy, and one of the guys really likes him, and they become like friends. And then he's like, we can't let him become a roommate, we can't kill him, I actually really like him. And then they never actually get him to become their roommate, but the stoner guy does end up dying somehow, and I don't remember how. Spoilers, I guess, if you've been meaning to watch Dead Man on Campus from 1998 and you haven't, and you were hoping, I hope Quincluded doesn't spoil Dead Man on Campus. I'm sorry, I just spoiled Dead Man on Campus. That's like in the middle of the movie. The stoner guy dies, and then the one guy of the two main guys is sad. But then the rest of the movie happens. That's also the only part of the movie I even remember. And then the movie ends, and this is either before, during, or like post the credits. It's like a after the movie kind of thing, where the guy that was friends with the stoner guy goes to the stoner guy's grave and is like saying like, shit dude, shit sucks, sorry we ended up like getting you killed, whoops. But then like stoner guy's head like pops out of the ground, and like is like, no, it's chill dude, well, I got my whole pad down here. And the one guy's like, oh shit, you're alive? And then they have a little exchange. And then stoner guy's like, yeah, you're coming with me. And then main guy's like, huh? And then stoner guy like grabs him by the leg and then pulls him underground into his zombie chambers or something. Like, then it does cut to the real credits or cuts to black because it's really over. And like, I had nightmares for weeks, months of the same thing happening to me. And nothing bad ever really happened. Just the thought of getting dragged underground by a undead guy just fucking shook me to the core. It really affected my mental state. And I remember I saw the scene with my cousin Isaac, and Isaac was staying over, and I remember that night that I saw that movie, I went to sleep, I woke up, and then I think Isaac was still awake, and I woke up like, oh, you know how people stereotypically wake up from nightmares, like in movies and shit? And I was like, and I was like, whoa. And then he was like, what? And I was like, I had a nightmare. And he was like, oh, about what? And I was kind of like out of breath, and then I explained it to him of like how I thought it was so stupid that I'm not scared of normal things and that I was scared by this dumb thing at the end of the movie. Because I remember when I saw it, when we saw the scene, I was like, I turned to him and I was like, that's really scary. And he was like, really? And I'm like, listen, bitch. But then, like, even, I guess technically the same day, I wake up from my nightmare and I was like, I had a nightmare about it. And he's like, why is this affecting you so much? And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm troubled. I really, like, some people have real nightmares. I don't know about what. I guess I'm just assuming everyone else is normal. And I shouldn't do that. But I also would say that it's fair that if I got 10 people and I asked all 10, hey, have you ever had a nightmare about Michael Jackson? Or any of the dumb shit that I'm scared of? They wouldn't be like, of course. They would be like, no, you're a fucking idiot. Get away from me. Go away. And I'd be like, goodbye. And then I would just have to ponder why. Like, I'm not still scared of any of this stuff. And I'm not, it would be way funnier than this whole video, than this whole story, is if I'm 20 and I'm laying in bed and I'm like, Michael Jackson's coming. He's coming for me. Oh no. That stopped very quickly. Like, I started having that shit when I was 7 or 8, and it didn't last, like, at most I was having those nightmares for a couple years, but then it stopped. The Dead Man on Campus thing was only for, like, that little bit when I was also 8, and the Iron Giant stuff only that was when I was very young, like 4 or 5, and then it stopped happening because, like, people would be like, you want to watch the Iron Giant? And I would go, no, I don't want to have nightmares. And they would go, what do you mean? And I would be like, never mind. Alright, that's all I have to talk about. That's my childhood trauma. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're scared of Michael Jackson too. I'm serious. I know someone else has to be. And it's not just me. Please fucking God, someone. Holy shit. Okay. Bye.